UFC 5 is one of the most controversial games to release in the UFC series. My channel's focused solely on gameplay. I'm literally named no commentary, and the release of this game has been so bad that I actually felt compelled to make a review. EA did an awful job promoting the game by leaving us in the dark and only highlighting their new Frostbite engine, some more visible injuries, new submission mechanics, and more cinematic replays. They even got big YouTube names to promote the game, including Marshall Mind, who has gotten some serious backlash when promoting the game. At the end of the day, EA had 3 years to develop this game, and just like you would expect from EA, we got UFC 4.5 rather than UFC 5. And what's even more odd is UFC 5 has the most polarized reviews I've seen in a while. IGN labeled UFC 5 the best MMA game yet and rated it a 9 out of 10. OpenCritic gave it a 78%, but what's hilarious is that the user reviews on Google gave the game a whopping 1.6 out of 5 stars. So with that being said, I'm here to provide an honest review of this game. I have it, I played the beta, and I've been playing it the last couple of days, and I think it's time to really, settle the score here and discuss this. The first thing I want to cover is career mode. Why? Because it's what I play the most. I play online from time to time, but I choose to be more of a casual in UFC, despite the fact that I've played every game in the series. The career mode alone was so underwhelming that it needs to be talked about right off the bat. Personally, I was hoping for a much more detailed career mode, starting from the ground up, fighting in several backyard fights, building a reputation, interactive press conferences, detailed social media to talk shit to your rivals, additional customization options for your fighter, and the list goes on. But instead, we got the exact same customization options from previous titles. No new tattoos, no new hairstyles, no uniqueness for the fighters, and you get one backyard fight before you're pushed straight to Dana White's Contender Series. Not to mention, the backyard brawl loading screen is the exact same as UFC 4. EA didn't even bother to update it. Even training and sparring, the screen alone is almost identical. And seriously, don't even get me started on sparring and the legendary difficulty. The whole point of sparring is to earn evolution points to improve your fighter, but you're going to need to treat sparring like a championship title fight. Otherwise, your sparring partner is going to smash your face in and cause permanent injuries. In other words, you're just going to end up using the evolution points you just earned to heal the injuries you got during sparring. And also, why is Shevchenko and Coach Davis in this? Seriously, just why? I don't get it. And I was going to make a whole section about game modes in this video, but even that is so underwhelming, I don't even want to bother. It's got all of the same game modes as the previous titles, and they basically just added online career mode, which is probably the closest thing to Ultimate Team you're going to get from previous titles. You fight, you basically earn evolution points, you improve your fighter, it's the same deal. I was really hoping for more of a GM game mode, where you can essentially schedule events and whatnot, or even a coach game mode, where you own a gym, you invite fighters, you build up fighters, and you get them into the UFC, and you can coach their corner. Let's say they're getting absolutely stomped the first round. You can be in their ear in the corner and give them tips that they will actually follow in their fight. That's what I was hoping for, but there was no creativity when making UFC 5. They didn't go out of the box at all regarding any new game modes whatsoever. What I did want to talk about is the bugs in this game. I know it's a new release. I'm very confident they'll start working on fixing bugs. I have no doubt. However, some of them are just so clunky that I can't believe it's gotten by this far. The camera alone is clunky. There's times where you get taken down and get up and the whole camera shifts in a really awkward angle. Same with knockdowns. And in particular, knockouts are really clunky. You can hit a flash KO and they drop like a sack of potatoes and then their limbs will twitch and be completely out of whack. It just looks so unnatural. There's no weight to their bodies. They just fly to the ground in the weirdest way. Like, they truly misuse the ragdoll mechanic. It needs to be touched up. It needs to be more like UFC 3 Undisputed, and it needs to be way more like UFC 2. I truly think that you can get the appropriate ragdolls if they put in the work to touch things up. And the other piece, too, is there's no stiffening KOs. That's something I was really hoping for in the long run, and it just never happened. They just completely removed stiffening KOs out of the game after UFC 1. I don't know why. I don't get it, but I'm really hoping that they will start listening to the community and realize that their idea of as real as it gets is quite literally the opposite. It's more arcade style than anything. The best news about this next section, and by best I mean the absolute worst, is there's no new fighters. The list of fighters that need to be added to this game, it's so long that I'm just going to put some of the bigger names on the screen. But the list is significantly bigger than this. And the pre-order fighters are just reskins. There's no unique stances, no unique fighting styles. I mean, Muhammad Ali literally is just Nate Diaz. It's the oddest thing. While I actually really enjoy the new submission system, I genuinely do. I like it way more than the mini games. It makes submissions way quicker, things flow more on the ground. I do really enjoy it. But what I've noticed, and maybe I'm wrong, but from everything I've seen so far in the game, they've removed a ton of submissions. Like the Peruvian necktie, the twister, the windshield wiper. I'm not seeing any of those options when I'm playing the game. And to me, I feel like it's such a big fundamental piece of the UFC. All of the unique submissions you can pull off, and especially with this new submission system and things flowing, it would be amazing to be able to have all of these options. I don't necessarily see why you would want to remove some of the most interesting and unique submissions in MMA from the game. So if you've made it this far in the video, I'm sure you're wondering, why the hell did you buy this game? You're complaining about it the whole time in this review. But at the end of the day, the whole point I'm trying to make is this is exactly what you should expect from EA. They were just lazy. There's no uniqueness. They were so focused on this new Frostbite system. They were so focused on cleaning up little things that they completely missed the mark everywhere else. And it's the same thing with 2K. There's some minor improvements each year, and that's it. I know they had 3 years to develop this game. There's no way they spent 3 full years developing this game. There's just no chance. I don't know if it's a small team with a lack of budget. Who knows? But at the end of the day, the reason why I bought it is the same reason why I buy 2K every year. I like the game, and I enjoy just having a new version of the game. Does that mean it's worth the money? Probably not. It really just depends on who you are and what kind of player you are. If you had massive expectations for this game, you're not going to get it. You're really not. You're just not going to get what you're looking for with this game. If you understand how EA operates and the way they release games every year with minor touch-ups, then you'll probably end up buying this game because it's exactly what you're expecting. So, if it were up to me to tell you guys what to do, I would just recommend and wait until it's on sale. You might as well wait. We're approaching the holiday season really quickly here. Things are going to go on sale. At that point, definitely explore buying this game. Is the game fun? Yes, because I like UFC games. If you're new to UFC games, I'm sure you'll absolutely love this game. But if you're somebody that's been playing UFC games ever since the beginning, I think you're going to be pretty disappointed, and I think you're going to find yourself trying to appreciate the little things in this game just to make it worth your time and money. Nonetheless, thank you guys for watching. I know this wasn't some crazy detailed technical review, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here to highlight the very obvious mistakes that EA had made, and I'm here to basically answer the questions that everybody's wondering. With all these mixed reviews, I know there's so many people still on the fence about buying the game, and I'm here to just give you the blatant, honest review and feedback of a casual player. But with that being said, if you appreciated the video, please feel free to like it. Please feel free to subscribe. I'm going to continue posting more content, and honestly, who knows? If this commentary thing starts working out, I might have to rebrand my channel. But anyways, thanks for watching. Take care.